My grandmother, Gabriella Lorne, begged my uncle, Daniel Saldano, and his family to take me in after Mom and Dad passed away. To repay Grandma's kindness, I took care of her for 7 years after she developed dementia and broke her leg. I told myself I couldn't die when I was lying in the emergency room after a serious car accident. Grandma still needed me. I heard the doctor's anxious voice outside the door. The patient is in critical condition. You need to pay for his medical bills as soon as possible. We're not going to save him, Grandma exclaimed energetically. We don't have the money. Let's contact Mr. Anderson as soon as Jasper breathes his last breath. My cousin, Ashton Saldano, chimed in excitedly. He's been looking to buy a corpse for $100,000. That's more than enough for me to buy a house and find a wife. Grandma scoffed. Pretending to be demented for the last 7 years is finally paying off. The shaman told me I'll be able to absorb this jinx's vitality once he's dead. He should feel honored that his death will fund Ashton's new home. My heart throbbed painfully. It turned out my beloved grandma was nothing more than a monster. Mom and Dad passed away when I was in elementary school. My uncle's family disliked me. Grandma was the only one who smiled at me kindly before she became sick. My life turned upside down when she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 7 years ago. I resigned from my high-paying job to take care of her. I woke at dawn to prepare her soup, gave her massages, and washed her soiled clothes. If Grandma felt displeased, she would scratch, bite, or beat me with her cane until I was black and blue. My fiancé broke off our engagement because she couldn't stand how the Saldanos only knew how to take. I sat on the balcony and smoked the entire night after she left. Drool leaked from Grandma's lips as she shot a goofy smile at me from her wheelchair. I suppressed my bitterness, telling myself she didn't understand because she was sick. I believed I was the only one she could rely on, but it turned out everything had been a farce from the beginning. Seconds before I lost consciousness, I heard the shrill beeping of an alarm. The doctors revived me. The nurse's eyes held sympathy when she told me the Saldanos hadn't paid a single cent of my medical bills. They had confiscated my phone and bank cards. The hospital's charity fund temporarily covered my bills. It took 2 months before I could move around with help. None of the Saldanos visited me during those 2 months. I had also lost contact with my former friends because I was always busy looking after Grandma. I felt truly alone. My left arm was in a cast when I was discharged. I hobbled home and was greeted by the delicious scent of meat and seafood. I let out a bitter laugh. For 7 years, I had eaten only bread and cookies to save money for Grandma's medical bills. I had never had such a grand feast. The braised ribs are delicious, Mom, Aunt Molly said. Serve some to your grandmother, Ash. Eat more, Grandma. The crabs arrived this morning. They're very fresh. Grandma, who was supposed to have dementia, sat steadily at the head of the table. She was holding a juicy crab leg, her lips covered in grease. Uncle Daniel peeled crab for her while Aunt Molly piled the meat on her plate. The Saldanos were the picture of harmony. It was an insulting sight. The bag of medicine slipped from my fingers and fell with a loud thud. The laughter died instantly. They turned to face me as if they'd seen a ghost. Grandma was the first to react. She slumped bonelessly against her chair, her lips crooked to one side, drool spilling down her chin as she made silly laughing noises. Her swift transformation would have won her a trophy in an acting award ceremony. "Oh, you're back, Jasper," Uncle Daniel said. He didn't show any concern, only annoyance at being interrupted. Ashton wiped grease from his lip.